The dreaded tax day is just around the corner, and joining us now is Stephen Schlichting, the president of the Schlichting Group and SlickTax.com. And Stephen's going to help us stay out of trouble as we're going to the final filing stage here. What are kind of the top 4 things that I should be conscious of that will help me stay out of an audit and that kind of thing?
The easiest way to avoid an audit is just be organized. Have your information together, because what the IRS is going to do is when they get that return, they're going to look for these little things that are going to pop up that, oh, you don't have that $2 of that interest that you accrued on your savings account, maybe reporting a home sale, sold some stock. There's a lot of different things that are out there that they'll send you a nice little letter and remind you that, hey, you left that off. And that's something that it just opens the window. And when that happens, you know, the opportunity for an audit comes up.
And are there certain red flag items that are going to, you know, raise it up for the IRS to say we need to take a look at you?
Sure, definitely. One of the big issues that they're looking at, especially with the way the economy is people with home businesses, small businesses, even sometimes your home offices. But a lot of times it's really logic. You know, when you're doing a lot of work and you're having a lot of expenses and you're really not netting a lot of income, there's a lot of folks that are really working on building their businesses, but they're just in the early stages of that. And really, at the end of the day, the IRS on the return wants to see that it makes sense. Is there enough income to support that lifestyle?
Okay, so what, for those who aren't organized yet, what are the pros and cons of filing for a late extension?
I mean, the pros are if you've got a refund, file now, get your money back, obviously.
Okay.
Most people, most small business owners tend to be focused on making their phone ring. And so those tend to be a lot of our clients that, at the end of the day, do an extension, and it gives you more time to get organized. It doesn't give you more time to pay, so you start accruing a little bit of interest there, but it gives you some time to get organized and get filed.
Now, there are some resources on the IRS website and other places where I can do my own taxes digitally with free.
Sure.
Okay. Tell us, where do you find those?
The IRS website will link you to that. Most of those are fairly simple returns when you're talking 1040EZ, things of that nature. Once you get into the self-employed realm,
okay,
or you itemize, typically they want to charge you something to be able to finish that out.
Okay, so we're already into 2014. Talk a little about what we need to be thinking about next year's tax bill with the implications of Obamacare and what you could find out that you might get hit big.
Well, Obamacare is an interesting thing because it's ever evolving and changing. The impact of it is for the people that don't opt in, they're risking either a 1% of their AGI or a $95 bill. But there are some other implications should you opt in that any of that, what's being called a subsidy or a tax credit, if your income goes up, they're going to send you a tax bill for. And, you know, there's an example that I was reading about where a family, their income went up, not just a lot, but for a family of 4, they would be looking at having a tax bill of about $12,000. And for low and middle income people, that's just, that's something that you're going to have a hard time trying to deal with.
Basically, repaying the Obamacare premiums?
Right. You'd have to repay that premium.
All right. Anything else somebody needs to think about going into this year, thinking about ahead for next year?
Well, there's really no such thing as retroactive tax planning. Once the year closes out, about the only thing you can do is fund some retirement and try to put some money away. But really, trying to get as much information about the Obamacare. The program has a lot of good intentions, but with the way it's evolving and transforming, it really has some negative impacts that could catch a lot of people off guard.
All right, Stephen Schlichting, SlickTax.com. Thank you so much for the help, the guidance, and we'll be right back with the Daily Quiz.